right now, man. I feel good.
Communicating about relationships, presented by myself, Ryan, Melanie, and Chris. Now, before I begin, I want to emphasize that communication is a key ingredient in any successful relationship, whether familial or intimate. For anybody currently holding a relationship right now, which is everybody, this presentation is definitely for you. The basis of communication are the kinds of messages we send to our partners and vice versa. There are two types: content messages and relational messages. Content messages are messages based on information of the subject being discussed. Relational messages deals with how one feels about another through social needs like control, affection, or respect, commonly used in intimate relationships. For example, I want to tell my brother to clean his room. If I were to say, "Go clean your room right now," I am expressing that I have authority over him and I have the right to tell him to clean his room. If I were to say, "You may have forgotten to clean your room. Do you mind cleaning it a little later when you get the chance?" I am expressing that the job needs to be done, but that I am not forcing him. In both cases, I am showing the amount of control that I have over the relationship. Meta communication refers to people within relationships talking about how they talk with one another. This type of communication is essential for lasting relationships. Discussing how one person feels about another allows them to see where that person's coming from and often brings them closer together. There are three types of relational messages: affinity, respect, and control. Affinity shows the degree to which one person likes another person. This includes negative messages as well. A frown from one person to another will show the receiver that the sender really doesn't have a high affinity towards them. A smile, on the other hand, is welcoming and will display a higher affinity for that person. Respect is defined by the social need to be held in esteem by others. It is similar to affinity in some ways, but there are major differences. How much we like someone has to do more with affinity, but you don't have to necessarily like someone to respect them. And the reverse is true as well. You can like someone, but you may not respect them as a person. Control is the amount of influence that one person has over another person in a relationship.
Don't forget your Rogaine.
Rogaine, check.
And don't forget to use it. I can totally tell when you forget your hair just looks thinner.
Using of the Rogaine, check.
And make sure to call me right when you get to the hotel, not like that conference in Phoenix. I had to wait 2 hours for you to call me.
Yeah, I was the keynote speaker. I was late to the podium.
Still?
Yeah, you're totally right. I'm sorry.
Complementary relationships is where the power or control is completely one-sided. The controller holds what is known as the one-up position because they have influence over the other person in the relationship. They tend to dictate activities and take the lead in conversation. The person in the relationship that obliges occupies what's known as the one-down position.
It's my fault that you don't feel satisfied.
Everything is my fault? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that.
You don't look at me. You don't ever ask me how I am.
You haven't looked at me in 10 years.
I'm crazy, and everything is my fault, and my family is awful, and nothing at all is your fault. Because you rock, Joey.
If a guy talked to me like that, I'd punch him in the face.
In symmetrical relationships, both parties of the relationship seek an equal amount of control. This is ideal for most couples, but can easily lead to constant bickering about small decisions like what to eat for dinner.
I thought maybe we'd behave like adults the first time we saw each other after the divorce. But why would I think that when only one of us is actually an adult?
Like I said, I've been working, and what I do is I hunt down criminals, idiots who jump bail, specifically.
You are a bounty hunter?
Yep. As much as it pains me to say this, and it really does, I gotta take you to jail.
Parallel relationships focus on the shift of power during certain situations. For example, in a relationship, the man may hold the control or the one-up position when dealing with car repairs or home renovations, and the woman may hold the one-up position when dealing with finances or childcare. Power is never permanently held by either party in this type of relationship.